baby! Three Wide Racing League. Nathan Young designs B-Car Series elimination race tonight. You know, they say nighttime is the right time. We're at Phoenix. In the booth, Matt Kingston, Thomas Morris, Trey Landry, bringing you flag to flag to flag to flag to flag coverage. Gentlemen, I hope you are ready for tonight.
I don't know if I brought enough flags for that.
Hey-o!
I'm ready.
Oh boy, yeah, we're ready. We're ready. There's no drama tonight. There's nothing big on the line. Just one little final spot left before you get your way into Homestead there. So nothing big, you know. I'm sure Wendell's got the points up here, but it doesn't really matter because you pretty much have to win unless your name's Peter Short tonight. So it can be
Well, the two guys that have to win, Kevin Finn, Eric Mickey, they're starting 1-2 tonight.
Don't worry about Nathan Velez. He's still an outsider looking in.
And he's actually qualified very well there in top 5.
Yeah, actually picked up from practice. Well, one spot, but a little bit more on the timesheet there.
Matt, did you change your name?
No, I did not.
Oh my God. I just noticed.
Oh,
But anyway,
in this booth is quite high today.
My name is Jim.
So Peter's looking good as long as Eric or Kevin or Nathan don't win. He's gonna be in protect mode all night. But clearly Kevin and Eric want to make a point by qualifying 1-2, like you said, Trey.
Yeah, I got a feeling, man. I think Eric Mickey might shock the world.
Would it be shocking though? I mean, he has 4 wins.
No, it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be shocking. I mean, actually, in the little 3-wide Twitter poll that they put up, I picked him to advance.
Oh, that's a good segue into the results for that poll. I believe Peter Short won by about 2% over Eric Mickey, so not much in between those two.
No,
producer, we don't have a graphic for that, but you can clearly go look at the Twitter poll and look at that.
Oh my God.
I don't know our Twitter handle. Is it OCR_TV?
What a disaster.
Just Twitter
Just
it,
kinda...
people.
Now push the ass into the car down here a little bit.
I was actually looking for it, but I couldn't find it.
But Chuck Sweeting, he had a really good practice time, but he unfortunately couldn't back that up. He got 6th in qualifying, but I'm sure that won't hold him back. He'll be up near the front before too long.
It's actually, well, normally he doesn't qualify in the series or the Cup Series, so it's kind of odd to see him make a run, and then he lost a lot of time in practice, so I'm sure he'll be up there beating fenders and sliding on the pit lane.
I was watching practice, man. These guys seemed a little squirrely coming out of 2 tonight.
That's going to be a trouble spot for sure, because that's where you also give the car a big cut down to the dog leg. There is a little bit of a rule that is attributed to the dog leg this evening.
Pretty much don't be Elliott Sadler is what I was getting a vibe in practice there, and don't cut it down and cost yourself a championship or 2.
And then blame one on Ryan Preece.
So it looks like Corey Lindsey's wearing the 900 tonight, so I take it he's going to be admitting from up high.
I believe so.
Who is Justice Beaver?
Oh, Eli Bright. Hello, long time no see. Who are you?
Oh, God.
I remember that name. God.
Trey's been a little cloudy this week. That is a long time no see from the back in the old Twitch days there with Mr. Eli.
But the covers are coming off the car here. They're going to make their way to...
Why were the cars covered, Matt? Was it going to rain in Phoenix? Or?
We don't know. They could have been. There was a little blip on the radar that made it. Anyway, the grid.
Yeah, let's read them off the grid because we're doing great so far tonight. Rolling off P1, Kevin Finn needs that win tonight to move on to Homestead, and outside of him, Eric Mika, who also needs a win See if he can get those small hands up on the wheel tonight.
Paul Ross starting P3. He's already locked into the next round, the final round at Homestead. Out to his outside, a guy that is just on the inside by points. Doesn't want either of the guys in front of him to win tonight, though. Peter Short.
And rolling off P5, another guy needs to win to advance. Nathan Velez starting in that number 48 machine. In the number 90, Chuck Sweeting will be 6th. He's just looking to bring home some hardware.
It looks like he actually just got an EOL as well, so he's going to roll off from the back of the grid. Rolling off P7, we have everyone's favorite caution strike on him, Rusty Webb, looking to continue his forward momentum in the past couple races. And Richard Hines, again, going to roll off P8 here and looking just for a solid night. Kind of been the quiet killer here lately, racking up those top 10s.
Rounding out the top 10 of the field, we have the number 8 of Richard Lafferty, who is also locked into the final round at Homestead. To his outside, Matt Cocathorn.
What? All right. The 11th place car, Carlos Acosta. Last car to take time, Jordan Teal.
I can't even get over that one. The rest of the grid, Luis Samaso, David Wilson, and Corey Lindsay. Chad Brown will be your last car tonight, as Matt said last week, is bringing up Hein Teat.
I'm thinking Chad will raise up to the front tonight.
I'm thinking Chad has nowhere to go but forward, so.
He does, so you can always gain now. Hashtag mad gains. It looks like Bert's falling asleep. Oh no, he's suddenly awoken. Good.
What do you think, guys? Cool track temperatures, a lot of grip out there. Do you think we'll see some side-by-side racing?
It's
I
Phoenix,
hope so.
so no.
I think it's going to be interesting seeing these guys dive down that dog leg and then trying to enter turn 3, especially if there's a second groove and they're side by side. Could be some drama, problems.
Let's hope we don't go 5 wide here like they tried in the actual Xfinity race or truck race rather. Sorry.
We're fixing to find out because Bert's gonna bring her to pit lane here. Hand it over to Kevin Venn and Eric Micka. We're green. Orderly start there. Actually one of the better ones we've seen from the whole field.
Nick is going to clear Paul Ross. 19th second.
To bring Peter Short with him there.
That outside line will work here for Peter Short. I do not think so, especially this early in the morning.
No, that's a tall ask. He might be able to cut underneath Paul though. If he wanted to.
But look at our top 5 right now. It's all the guys with the blue spoilers.
It's not an uncommon sight, I guess, Matt. You know, the cream rises to the top. So.
Green Rusty Webb came into turn 3 like a bull moose in a china shop.
That corner for me was always easy to overdrive. You can carry,
Oh, yeah.
especially now. You can do so much.
He seems to be running pretty well. He's actually closed up on these guys in front of him. Well, this looks like he's having network gremlins again.
Not what you want when you have to have a solid night tonight.
A winning night tonight. There's a battle for the lead up front.
Yeah, Eric Micka trying to look under Kevin here. Easier said than done at Phoenix. It's not one of those tracks you just cut under the guy and drive by him. So. Oh, we got one around off of turn 2 already. No caution though. It's like Matt Hackathorn around there.
Yeah. Don't think he touched anything. That's pretty impressive.
Just lost it behind Carlos there. They actually started going into turn 1. That moment to finally lose it there. On the Iverson didn't throw a caution though.
That's
weird.
one of the older tracks, right?
No, this is the newer track.
Well, I'm just saying it's been out for a while though, so we know iRacing can be a little stingy when it comes to cautions on these older tracks.
Kind of like their, but we won't go there.
Oh, speaking of
iRacing
iRacing,
live.
did you see the midget driving the midget on Twitter?
Yeah, I think we all saw Rico driving the old Sprint midget coming there. Should be coming, I guess, in a couple weeks, right, with the new build. So
Yeah, they say GRC's coming then too, but
Is his first name Rico or Wrecker? I can't remember.
I don't know. Probably the same thing as Wrecker Carmichael.
Speaking of Wrecker Carmichael, he was short. Closing up on Eric Mickey.
Yeah, you got a nice little quartet up here with the top four. Kind of all lockstep together there. Pulled away a little bit from Velez, who has a bumper full of Rusty Webb.
Rusty Webb trying to break up this top 5 train of playoff drivers here. He's actually running some really nice lap times too. You mentioned it for a few weeks now. Rusty's been stepping it up a little bit. He's not, excuse me, he's not making as many mistakes, and he's finishing these races, and usually in the top 10, sometimes the top 5.
Yeah, this took him a while to get his feet under him, I guess, and finally got a rhythm. So
Well, it can be good for building on to next season.
hashtag building blocks.
Oh, God.
Speaking of a gaggle, we've got Jordan Till, who's back here, Salmaso, David Wilson, Chad Brown, Chuck Sweeting. They're all kind of battling, changing positions back here at the back of the pack.
It's good to see David back. He's been absent for a couple of races, hasn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Maybe? It's so hard to remember this series because it's so stop-start. I don't remember. I want to say yes. No, because he was at Talladega.
Okay.
It's just been that long since he hasn't been here. Yeah, we had 2 weeks off or a week off. So Peter Short under pressure now from Paul Ross.
Yeah, Peter a little bit loose there earlier in turn 1, but lost a lot of ground. See if we can kind of regroup from that.
I saw Peter struggle a little bit in practice. I don't know if he's just trying to find the edge and see how he can drive it through the race.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those tracks I've really found hard too. It's got one of the newer surfaces on it, so the limit it's kind of there, and then just immediately jump over it. There's no real slide factor. Just kind of push it over and flip over.
The 12 car has retired from the event.
Not been the season Hackathorn's been looking for there.
He took a spill there in the front stretch, hit the outside wall, then pancaked the inside wall, blew up, and
Yeah, no
got,
caution. So
thrown away. So still no caution.
clean and green.
That's green, I'll say.
Well, one car's not bad. That little bobble by Peter has allowed Eric and Kevin to pull that gap out there and see if they can make this battle just a two-horse race. Two-horse race? Yeah.
Two Mustang race. I'll see myself at the door.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Paging Dr. Fredericks. Paging Dr. Fredericks. Now this race, we kind of strung out here, Thomas. This kind of has a green flag run to it.
Now, why'd you have to say that?
I'm just saying, I would hate to have to make green flag pit stops because this is I know it's not the difficulty of pit road, but it's just being able to efficiently get through 3 and the middle of 3 to get on pit road without losing a whole lot of time.
You know, though, the one thing about this track, I almost would rather pit under green because you're not going to have to deal with anyone coming in and out of their pit stalls, which we've seen cause havoc at this track under caution.
Very true.
Last year we saw 2 or 3 people just flat out run into people trying to get into their pit stall. So, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up. It's not the hardest track to get on under green, but then it's not the easiest. So, I just hate having pit stalls on that damn curve.
I was going to say that curve is where you get in big trouble.
If you're Kevin, you know where you got to go. So.
Yeah. But I think Paul Ross will be the first car on pit lane that's in a little bit of a bend there. Like a real bad. No, it's actually Eric's in that bend as well.
Speaking of Paul and Peter right in front of them, they have tracked back down Kevin and Eric here. So
You pretty much throw a blanket over this top 4 here.
You know, if you're Peter, you're like, I gotta get around these guys, but I can't just storm my way through them. So
Sure you can. That means
I mean, you
you're in
can,
playoff.
but if you don't wreck them bad enough, they can return the favor. So
Hackathorn says you got a notification and it closed the iRacing screen on him. That's just par for the course, I think, there. God.
Yeah, he's had some pretty shitty hardware problems this season.
would that be Windows 10?
Uh-huh. Peter Short. Let's see, he's utilizing that apron a little bit. He gets a little bit sideways up off of turn 4.
So he's trying to size up the Eric Mecca there.
Trying to use that Harvick line through 3.
Ooh, good luck with that. That doesn't seem to work that good in iRacing.
He's still utilizing a
Well.
little bit of that dog leg there, and he's not really, well, not crazy with it. He just put a couple tires below it. I feel like that would get you real upset, though, for the entrance of turn 3, because I know it did in the trucks.
I'm not sure just dropping a couple wheels doesn't, you know, you kind of want to get all the way down, then all the way back up. But
Yeah.
with the rule in place, I don't know how much you know, you don't want to play with the admins on that one. So
Yes, especially since that's one of the things he mentioned in the drivers' meeting. So I'm sure he's got a camera on that dog leg.
just waiting to get them.
Some people watch for lane changes. Some people watch for dog leg violations.
Now, who watches for? I don't know anybody who watches for lane changes. I don't know.
Me either. See, Eric Mickey stepping down onto the dog leg a little bit that time.
Just
He's
trying
rolling
to
his boat
play around
there.
there.
Yeah.
See if we can mosey through the field here. No serious battles going on. Looks like Chuck's slowly marching his way, maybe. I mean, he's only picked up, what, 3
Ooh,
spots?
he's sliding now, though. Saved her. Got that apron through 1 and 2, and from what I've seen earlier, it's already loose enough. You don't want to get your tires down on that apron.
So Rusty Webb just got around Nathan Velez there, moved Rusty up into the top 5.
I'm telling you, he's peaking now. Unfortunately, he didn't make the playoffs, but
Been working on that pass for about, what, 20 laps?
yeah. Waited for the mistake to be made by the 48 and took advantage of it.
I guess if you would have to pick a most improved driver in the B Series, it'd probably be, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to say this, the 88 or Rusty Webb.
Yeah, he's definitely shown it the last few weeks. He's been consistently, I think, finishing close to the top 10, or if not in the top 10. And he's also had a few races without any contact on track. Now, we're not trying to jinx you.
Hackathor did confirm it was Windows 10, so good job, Windows. Well, it did notify him, producer, then it shut down the screen to the
That's
notification.
right. That's what killed him, the notification.
I feel like that's an iRacing problem, though, because it used to not do that.
Used to
Nothing
force the
would-
window, yeah.
Yeah, nothing would ever upset iRacing. But now, anything, like, you can get a Trading Paints crash, you can get anything, like anything in your browser, and it'll crash iRacing now, so, or at least
Lucky-
notify you.
Lucky enough for me, whenever I do get a notification, I just drop from full screen to the windowed,
Yeah.
bordered screen. But we have a great battle for the lead shaping up now. Eric Mickey still under pressure from behind Peter Short, and he's applying the pressure onto Kevin Finn.
Nice little 3-way here.
Man,
All the guys that need to win to get in, well, except for
Two
Peter,
of them.
he needs those guys not to win. So he has to get up there and win himself.
and he is driving that thing to turn.
Got his elbows up.
Sure does.
Used every inch of that track that time off a turn, too. This is one of those, it's going to be hard to make that pass. You're going to have to sail it in, but just not hit the guy.
Wow.
Speaking of sailing it in, that was almost catastrophic for the 6 and the 33. Yes, it was.
Catastrophic, he says. Playing with the laws of netcode already?
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. And Eric used a lot of the dog leg down there that time.
He
open
might
up the door
open-
for
he
Peter.
just opened the door.
A little pinch in there. He might be able to hold Peter down.
Lucky there's no neck coat around these guys because it would have been game over quite a while ago.
Yeah, I think Peter cut Eric a little slack there.
Well, if we go off what Carlos told us in practice, we're about halfway through this fuel run. So
Okay. At around what, 60? 60
yeah,
laps?
it's about 60, 62, depending on, I guess, your pace and fall off. So shouldn't be more than, I would say we'll stay within a second of fall off here at Phoenix. It's not that bad. Or Phoenix, is what I call it.
What's a new name for this place next year? ISM or some stupid stuff?
Yeah, I believe they bought them. So it's gonna be the new. Well, next year the start finish line will be at a turn 2. So
How are they actually going to do that?
Then we get Rick Allen to explain why it's different than last year.
or we can
The
get our
start finish
producer.
line's over here.
Well, see, unlike most tracks, the start finish line has
Mickey
been
straight
moved.
to the touch. Don't think he did anything to the car.
Make it faster. I
Got
noticed
him
they're
a little bit of
maybe
line, huh? Oh,
they're kind of working that push up and then arc down now.
little bump there from 33. Got them both sideways up off of turn 4.
You gotta be careful. You don't want to wreck yourself. And I mean, you'd love to see Eric go around, but you don't want to take yourself with it because you still have to contend with Kevin Finn. So.
Yeah, and Nathan Velez. He's just sitting back here. I think he's sitting right now P6 still. Kind of waiting and sitting in the weeds maybe.
Yeah, I mean, only ran about 2/10 off, not even the leader last lap. So.
Anyway.
Just trying to look up what we've already had fall off. What do we hit at 26.7? We're down to yeah, we're not quite with the second fall off yet.
About a
Yeah.
second close. Chuck Sweeting going to make the move around Richard Hines.
That's
Move
a
Chuck up to 9th. It's like
Slow and steady
Luis
there.
is going to follow him.
I'm surprised about that 4 car because he was quick in practice. He just kind of hasn't done much yet.
Like you said, it's hard to pass still. But looking at the lap times here, most of the Elba up to 7th pretty well is running about the same. Actually, Richard Lafferty was the fastest car on track that time around.
Yeah, I feel like Lafferty's just kind of been riding around. I don't know if he's just waiting or just didn't have the
Prob-
car at the beginning of the run or what.
Yeah, but the problem with that also, like with Velez, he's 3 seconds back now, but he's still running lap times. Well, he's running lap times now that are contending with the top 5 cars. He's just so far away from
Yeah, that's
Paul
your
Ross
problem.
and folks. You can't really equate it to anything because
Is
we
it
will be
like-
making pit stops soon.
Competing around Eric there, it's not like Homestead where you can save and maybe be a second quicker at the end of a run. Be careful. You're gonna pick up a couple of tenths at most.
Yeah. You're trying to find that perfect balance where you're still running consistent paces with the guys up front, but not burning your tires off at the same time.
And tenths would be lucky, more like hundreds around here.
Yeah.
And so Peter knocked one off there, so you can go run down Kevin here. Man,
Oh, that was a wall.
he started a forest fire there. Forest fire. There's some bushes outside the track, producer.
I've seen a fire here or there
I
before.
mean, turn 3 was on fire in the real cup race.
Yeah.
Although we don't
There's a
know
little
what was
more
on
damage
fire there, Rick Al.
Yeah. There's a little bit more damage now to the back of the 6 car. By A little wall contact, and iRacing decided to transfer a little bit of damage to the back.
I mean, for Eric and Kevin, there's really nothing to lose because you're not going to get on points. You got to go drive it all tonight, see what you can get.
But drive it like you stole it.
Ruffle some feathers. I recall Eric saying in a chat earlier in the week he would move anyone he had to win. So I believe we have Paul Ross on pit lane.
Bit early, but he's already locked in, so I guess it doesn't really matter for him. He's just kind of
Short
here to
pit
see
game.
what makes it. Yeah, he might pay out for him too.
You can make it. I would think you'd go 50, 100, 150. But okay.
Yeah.
But it's still within your fuel window. It's just odd.
Well, basically, I
Easier to
guess
gamble.
you would just have to pit twice if you did this, right?
Yeah, you should. But we know Paul likes to play that aggressive pit strategy. So.
Rusty Webb's going to relinquish the 5th position there and come down to pit lane as well. Might be a little. See if the rest of the guys come down. I don't know.
I don't know if you want to up front because it's going to put you in danger of going a lap down. So. It's a dangerous game you play. You get lapped, you get a caution at the wrong time. You know, it could take you all race to get that back.
Yeah, especially if,
Especially if it goes
like
green
Trey
again.
said, this is a green feeling race, so even one little caution might not reciprocate another caution, I guess. No
One thing you
cautions,
don't want to
but
do here
cautions.
is speed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if it stays green, you have a 15-second hold.
Yeah. You may as well pray for some yellows.
Because that's okay. If you pitted now and had a 15-second hold, you would cycle back in. I mean, 15 seconds covers the top 10 at the moment. So.
Yeah.
I think Eric's used up his rubbers.
Looking that way.
It was 2/10 slower than the leaders that Kevin Finney was still on pace with, but Peter Short's come out of a rocket ship there.
Time for Eric to play the old strategy and come in and pit already and undercut these guys.
That's another thing is he's going to wait until lap 50 maybe and duck in.
Possibly.
Not coming that time.
But I mean, it's a hard game to play because, like you guys pointed out, and producer as well, there's only about a second fall off. So
Yeah, and the earlier you pit, you know how your car fell off this run. It's going to do the same thing again. So you kind of want to stretch this as far as you can, and if you can stay in contact with these front guys.
And
You
just
get I mean, a second undercut's not that much. You're not going to just blow them away.
the second is right now is what he is behind on Peter Short and Kevin Finn, so that'd bring him right back to where he was. If he's going to continue to lose time, that might be the best bet.
Yeah, he's got to reach his bleed out point here, I guess. But you are right, Trey. I mean, based off the Carlos Acosta math, I mean, even pitting at 40, you're good with one more stop. So I don't really know why you wouldn't try it.
I don't know if he's using gallons or pesos.
Take a lot of pesos.
Peter Short still closing in on the leader, Kevin Finn, right now. Nobody's been able to dethrone the 14 as of yet, but it might be coming here.
So only two people pitted, right? Paul and Rusty. So
Yeah.
no one jumped on that boat. As
Oh, no.
Peter's gonna
Oh,
go pit lane.
93 is going to cut him.
And
Got him.
he cut out the 14 pretty well there. Called it out just as it was too late for.
Eric could have
Kevin
came in on that one though.
Yeah, I don't know. Eric might be trying something a little bit different here. Make it 250, perhaps. I don't know.
You got to come now. Peter pitted, and you're gonna lose the second lap. So
See what the 14 does. I'm sure he'll be coming in this time. No,
Nope.
he's staying out on track. Eric, what are you going to do? Stay out on track. All right.
Maybe they're hoping caution will come out and trap Peter down.
Richard Lafferty is down pit lane.
14 called out. He's going to come down this time.
That has to bring Eric Mickey with him, you would think.
Like Chuck's coming down pit lane. Is that Velez blinking on the pit lane? I saw.
Eric coming as well. Gained a lot of time. That might be close to speeding there. That was going to be close.
What is pit lane tonight? 45?
45.
No, he was at 43. He just gained a lot of time.
Yeah, he did.
So
Well-
I like pitting behind someone like that because you can judge off of them. That's when you just come in by yourself. You try and get to 45, but sometimes you can really just lower up in there.
See who's going to get the
Pete's-
best stop. Oh,
Oh,
Mickey.
Eric slid through his box. That's going to cost
that
him.
run.
Cost him. Haha.
So where's Peter? Peter's through 1 and 2 right now. So, yeah, he's gonna easily get out
Leader.
for Kevin.
So you just that might cycle through to Rusty Webb being the leader whenever it finishes up, but that's going to
He
be
can
a
hold it in
change
front
there.
of Peter here.
Never mind. Oh no, I was forgetting about Paul Ross too. He put it early, so
Yeah, he's really playing the game there.
Nathan Velez still out on track.
I mean, he had nothing to lose, so I guess he was really hoping for a caution. They're running,
still
what,
is.
6 or 7, so
Yeah, he still is hoping for a yellow.
yeah, I mean, these guys are just gonna pass him up now, so
But the best thing that could happen for Velez if he can hold that lead for a few more laps, not going to happen. The 18's around in the dog leg, and he's going to be
Caution. Oh, man.
Down there, and Hackathorn never got one for on track. Interesting. iRacing, interesting.
wow, really? All the way down there? Okay.
Literally where like
Good
the
job,
safety
caution
exit there.
map. Good job.
But Paul Ross did a dandy job missing that safety barrier.
Yeah,
there.
that was amazing.
That was inches.
So we have 4 cars on lead lap.
So
Well,
that's
I guess
We'll get the wave around.
if you're
now,
Nathan Velez, that's what you wanted, right?
yeah. But
I
of
mean,
course,
'cause
Mickey
Kevin
and them have
Finn,
to pit.
Eric, no, they have to
Or
take.
have to
the
stay
wave.
out. Sorry, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They'll have to
Whoops.
stay out. Well,
Which
he's gonna
was- yeah.
pit, so it's gonna cycle them all back to the lead lap. So
Yeah, everybody will be back in the lead lap, but
well, track position's gone.
that's gonna send your top 5 into a big loop, though, because you have Jordan Teal, Carlos Acosta, Luis Salmaso that are definitely going to be up in the top 5 on this restart, because you can't go any lower than that.
True.
Where's everybody else?
Matt Hackathorn seems to think it was rigged. All I gotta say is he went down that freaking dog leg like a wrecking ball.
Is that turn 2 you talked about, Trey? Said it looked greasy in practice, and apparently it is.
Well, this kind of sets Kevin Finn and Eric Mickey back.
Oh, even Peter. I mean, Peter's gonna be stuck in traffic with him, so. Because even though I believe he was still a lap down in time of caution, even though if he gets a wave around, he's still gonna start back there with those guys. So.
Yeah, but he'll get to pit and put on fresh tires.
Oh, hell, they just pitted.
I'll make a. Peter's coming down. All right, he's lucky dog. I almost had a stroke. Whew!
Keep it together now.
But Peter is going to be started at the end of the longest line, correct? So,
Yeah, but I mean, the wave around start behind him, so.
all right.
Never-ending cycle of getting to the back of the field.
Richard Lafferty there was trapped 2 laps down. Doesn't really matter for his playoff situation. He's already on his way to Homestead. But
I'm not sure how he got 2 laps down, but it must have been a bad pit stop or something.
I thought I saw that he was out there close with Velez, but that must have changed.
Because I mean, you only lost 1 pitting, so, and he didn't come in late. He came in pretty early.
Go to the old machine here and see.
And the race of wave around cars. Dun, 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 dun.
He missed his pit box in the first time.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
So that put Velez having to come in twice instead of the single time. But
Get that tip-top shape for next week there, boys. Got a championship
luckily for
race.
Homestead, there's no big turn on pit lane.
Well, yeah, there's a big one coming to pit lane in the grass that you have to miss.
Oh, yeah,
Oh god, yeah, that access
one's
road.
that one's just
Frederick?
deadly. That gets a lot of people, that access road. We're going back to green.
Yeah, the field's still trying to catch back up.
We might be getting a little bit of a delay here because there is a disaster
I feel
happening
like I'm
behind
still stuck behind Jeff Davis on this pace lap.
No, looks like we are going to be taking the green flag as Velez is gone.
Everything's pretty for the 48 car right now.
Yeah, this right here played into Peter Short's hands.
For now.
For now, yeah.
Still gonna have to make
Teal
one
gets-
more pit stop, so.
Teal got a taste of the wall there. Take the lettering off the right side of his vehicle. Peter Short has made his way all the way to third already. Let's work on Carlos Acosta next.
You have to be careful. I mean, he's already up third, but if you get stuck in that traffic, that's gonna definitely end your night early.
Yeah, because
five laps, Peter Short would be leading.
oh my. Chad Brown. About.
Some shenanigans back there.
Yeah. Mickey got into the back. He had the 64 there. I don't think Chad knew he was outside of him. Slowed the 6's progression down. He's sitting right now in 9th, still trying to get by the 64 Chad Brown.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kevin Finn set sail 3 cars ahead of him. 2 cars.
Carlos Costa not laying down for this 33 car. Making him work for it.
Carlos said he wanted to get another solid run in tonight, so I'm sure he's going to do everything he can, try to work on the crossover a little bit there. Might not be the best option for that.
No.
Best thing you can do is sit in and watch the 33 and see what he's doing.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe figure out what
He
he's
has the
doing.
best car in the long run, so.
Yeah. And Nathan Velez right now pulled up to a 1.1 second lead on Peter Short in 33. See if how quickly that diminishes, and if it does.
Paige, you better pedal. You just better keep
Yeah.
pedaling. It's all on you.
And Velez actually gained on him there. Nice lap.
Yeah, but we saw that last time. I mean, Peter didn't really come on, and then all of a sudden he just flipped the switch and
Yeah.
kind of rode behind those guys and waited for his move to pounce. So
Paul Ross trying to make the move by Carlos Acosta, so that's not for position. Trying to get up there and get his lap back.
trapped by his own caution there.
Yeah. Fortunate.
Still got a quick car though.
Oh,
Didn't hit
that's
very
great.
much.
Ooh. Nathan Velez sideways off 2 and
Oh
Right
no!
on
Oh, the
Acosta.
pedal's not.
Man, the caution does it.
yes, you do, Carlos.
Well, that's not how you wanted that to go if you're Nathan Velez.
No. I think I'm just wondering if Peter Short got a taste of that.
Maybe net code from that range. He wasn't that close to him.
Yeah, but you know how iRacing works, though. Even though it's might be net code and you might not see any damage, it's really there.
Yeah, you could be totaled. Yeah, kind of like that caution mapping tonight.
It's kind of like what Carlos is saying. We saw him pile into that. He's saying no damage. I'm saying, yeah, it probably is. We just can't see it.
I saw him phase through that one.
Yeah, I'm seeing some hood nose damage on that 2 car. Might reset when he pits or something, but had to be a
Well-
Phantom 4X at least.
Oh yeah, I've done that plenty of times, and it somehow works out until the next track where I get caught up in it.
Works out for Paul Ross and Richard Lafferty though. They're gonna get their laps back, so. So if Hackathorn thought it was a rig before, what's he think now? It kind of unrigged itself there. Yeah, on my screen it fixed the 2 car all the way up, so.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, we almost spun out in pit lane.
Trying to force burnout there.
Whoa. Put his foot down and came on to her anyway. So your new leader would be Peter Short?
Yep. Maybe they got lucky because Velez had such connection issues that when he hit the wall, it just kind of blinked him out enough for him. I don't even know what Carlos is talking about.
He when he did his John Force burnout there, he touched a couple pit boxes, wants to make sure that he's
Oh, heck.
not in violation of the rule.
That rule is, I mean, it's a good rule, but you don't have to enforce it like NASCAR does.
It just depends on how extreme.
If you're driving
people
all
get,
the way
yeah.
through pit stalls, okay, but if you clip a few coming out, come on. I'd rather clip a few than clip somebody on pit lane. Depends who it is.
Larry Scott, you're going to clip him, right?
Oh, no, clip would be.
An understatement.
And Carlos Acosta does get in the OL.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fun job of admitting there, Trey. We know what
Yeah.
it is.
Hate to do it, but I guess you got to be consistent.
Well, at least Carlos called himself out. So.
Yeah, I hand it to him for it.
It's like, hey, thanks for being up here. Get to the back.
That's going to put Kevin Finn starting behind the 33 car. Luis Salmaso up there in the top 3.
Yeah, he's been quiet all night. As I mentioned earlier. So.
Yeah, it also saves Mickey from earlier shenanigans. So the 3 guys had to race their way in. All in the bottom. Well,
Eric hits the 14 hits the 33, and the 6 goes by.
Yep. That's how you plan it out in your head, but it rarely works that way.
When you do that, you end up somehow blowing yourself up, and then the 14 just pushes the 33 even further out.
See what we can do here.
Bird's gonna pull her back to pit lane. Peter's going already. On a 4-car sleeping there.
We could start by the 14, and the 6 got a pretty good jump as well.
Already diving her. The dog leg they go. For making it stick out there, that's pretty impressive.
Eric joins him out there. I can't make up his mind, so he's going to go through the middle.
It's like, which one of you is going to go? Come on.
Oh, here we go.
Way wide.
Oh, boys.
Oh! They're lucky there's no net code because there'd be a.
Still 3 wide.
Luis
they touched
Salmaso
ours.
said, I'm
Like,
getting out of
screw
here.
this. Crazy people.
That close.
Chuck Sweeten is licking his lips behind him.
Donk.
Oh, producer said 1.5 inch difference there. Okay, what?
We'll fix this real quick. But the picture?
I lost a girlfriend over that once.
Yeah.
Just 1.5 inch.
I've been wadded up by 2 feet from the neck road before, so I don't really.
Already playing with the turn 2 wall. Alright, let's see what they got for Peter this time. Kevin was a little bit better on the short run, but now that Peter's out front, I think he's just going to set the pace. And set the toe, did he?
Honestly, I think you got to push Peter. I think if you push him hard enough, he's going to crack.
Ah, we've seen it before.
Sure.
I just don't know. Well, we saw with Eric on the long run, he doesn't have anything to keep up. He fell off so much, you know. You just make your move now, do what you can, burn your tires off, and then hold them up. Make them move you. Matt, you could fit a downtown MARTA bus between that gap between that 6 and 14.
Or a bull in a rutting China strap.
Oh, God.
My ass.
A moose and a hoose and a deuce. Settled down too much now, they're back to single file.
Halfway.
Woo. Bonus points don't matter now, producer, because the next race is Homestead, so.
No.
Man, he's got 11 points. Points regardless, unless he finishes, well, you can't finish dead last now. And if Kevin beats you anyway, it doesn't matter what you get with points.
14 in the 6th half to win now.
And that's the crazy thing is Peter Short's comfortably ahead in points above those two. But if they win, he's out.
Yeah.
And the first 2 people that are pressuring him for that win are the guys he does not want to win. I guess that's how that works, though.
I mean, it's no surprise. No offense to Paul or Richard. These are the 3 best in the B all year. And you look at their stats and see. So it's no surprise they're running 1, 2, 3 tonight trying to get the stats. So. What makes it drama?
Mickey's a little miscue there through 3 and 4, 1 and 2, whatever corner that is. Does it really matter?
One of them. Well,
That will
we'll
be
change
3
it
and 4.
next year. No, it'll still be 1 and 2. Well, I guess, well. No, we won't that they flip flop them. That's
Yep.
crazy. Ugh.
I think the start finish is going to be on the dog leg next year.
Sports dying.
Next year, yeah. Well, they changed this track about 6 times in reconfiguration, so.
As long as they don't repave it, it'll be better because it's just now getting raceable again in real life. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think they
repave.
have to. Because all they're doing really is adding fan accommodation things around.
Well,
so-
they're moving the pit lane too. So
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tricky, but it might be better too. You know, it's going to be the same amount of curve probably to the dog leg for it.
we shall see. Top 3 still in lockstep together there. A little bit further back, Chuck just kind of hovering over them, making sure he can pounce on a mistake. Get it pounce. Boom. Oh, looks like Cameron Rich is in chat there. I don't know if he's either adminning or running the series. You gonna come beat fenders tonight there, Cameron?
I can't blame him. I hate this track.
I like the repave. I've ran better here than I did on the old ones.
Yeah, this one is more interesting. Easier to run.
Me and Matt running a fixed COT the minute it came out.
Yeah, side by side for, what was it, 10 laps or so? This Great.
I took out a lot of cars in the league that shall not be named going through the dog leg too low. I actually had a fast car that night too, and I was pissed off.
I think I recall that race.
Took out Jason
Yep.
Gain.
Yep.
I think I was in that one.
He's probably in the wreck too.
Paul Ross cutting his way through the field here, got around Rusty Webb. Move up P7. And yeah, 4 car there in front of him, trying to track him down. So I'm also just showing the pace that he had in practice. Can't keep up with these guys. So. I'm sure he's still holding his head down after the Talladega incident where he wiped out all but 3 cars.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
made
you feel bad about it at the time, but that's a pretty big accomplishment to wreck all but 3 cars in a field. So.
I've only been able to do that once. It's coming to the white flag. So.
I don't know, Cameron. Hey, Cameron, they make pills for that.
Yeah, I wasn't touching that one.
Just let Jessica know.
Got Paul gonna cut underneath Lewis here. Is that P5? Back to the top 5 after his little solo spin there. Actually, Rusty Webb got around him too, so Rusty following the doors he's opening.
Rusty's actually still running some pretty impressive lap times back there.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was quick that first run. Yeah, it was kind of right there off the front pack. So.
What? Old Kevin Finn's doing a pretty good job of keeping up with Peter Short, but that's not going to do
That's
him
not how
any
you do
good.
it. It's like, ooh, that car just stopped turning at a 4. Okay.
Can't keep up with him. They got to beat him.
Well,
Still
I think,
one more pit stop, right? Yeah.
yeah, you have at least one.
So
Green. I mean, you're gonna have to undercut him or do something different. 2 tires if you're crazy. I've seen 2 tires work here before. So.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
was.
Laps left.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. There's only a second fall off. It's hard to pass here. Do you short pit, take 2, and you just block your ass off for the rest of the race?
I mean, you know, you'll have a deficit to burn up, so they
mean,
can't
if
get to
you're-
you.
I mean, if you're Kevin Finn or Eric Mickey, you got nothing to lose, right?
More for Eric, because I think Kevin's got decent short run pace, at least, but Eric just can't seem to keep up with him now. I mean, he's not terrible, but it's not there with him. I don't know, we've been preaching gambling all year. So.
Right.
Nobody's ever listened to it.
Come on, Hackathorn. God. Oh, wait.
He gone.
Never mind. I mean, 2 might be loose, but come on, try. Just once. It's humorous.
Sometimes it works. And other times you're on the hook. But that's the risk you take.
All you can do at Paul Ross, if it doesn't work out, then maybe you're good enough to spin the car and not hit anything.
That's just
In that spot, I mean, that was just...
that won't happen again.
And come back to run 5th.
Still running. I don't know who you are, about a 10th or half a 10th off the leaders.
Use a lot of the dog leg there, seeing if he could try to advance some time. But I think it made him a lot worse into turn 3.
That's what Labertu, he's lost a lot of speed compared to Peter.
And Eric. Peak low. 4-1.
Yeah, Kevin ran a 7 last lap, but Peter's 4. So. So when you're Eric, you're like, come on, man, let's get out of the way. Come on. Let me get this guy.
If we can get it done here into turn 3. Has the nose in there.
It's hard to stick it down there.
Yep, right in the middle. And to get off the gas.
Cool. If you could make Finn just push out a little bit into that wall, where you'd have to check up, that would be your golden opportunity, but easier said than done.
This right here is just letting Peter drive away a little bit more from these guys because they were just battling the hell out of each other.
He's like Mac Cafe. He's loving it.
Wow. So they're going by the wounded car of Richard Hines there. Oh, so we got Lafferty on pit lane again. So. Looks like our next battle hotting up might be Paul Ross Chuck Sweeping.
Practice makes perfect here for Eric Mickey. Let's see if he can utilize anything he learned. He's underneath the 14 again. No, well, it's closer than it was.
I just got him out there that time.
No.
He could just hold it.
Couldn't keep on the gas.
Yeah, that battle was a little closer with Paul Ross and Chuck Sweeting. Looks like he lost a little bit when he got right behind Chuck. A little arrow wash there.
Peter Short's tramping out to almost a 2-second lead now on these guys.
Land the law down, right? I'm going to win this race and advance them. The ultimate heartbreaker. I don't know, Trey. What you think? We're getting in the window. Getting the 50 to go.
It wouldn't surprise me to see Mickey just dive down the pit road without saying nothing.
I mean, I would. I wouldn't call anything out this late.
No. I mean, we saw it work for Peter Short. He pitted a couple of laps for these guys, and he came out front.
Looks like that's what Lafferty did as well. Lafferty already pitted. Looks like Rusty Webb's coming in. Paul Ross is coming in.
I still think I want to see somebody take 2 tires.
It's like we're gonna have to get in the car and run the race just to see someone take 2 tires.
Damn it!
We
Don't
can
make
do
me do
this.
it. Oh,
Oh,
here comes
Eric.
Mickey. Don't slide through
Oh.
your box.
Conservative there, maybe.
Very, very.
I don't know if he
Liberal on
cut
his
it so
part.
low down, but that might help him kind of cut the track down. I got a feeling he's still probably gonna take 4 pitting this early. But
Yeah.
someone would have to run a little bit longer.
And Peter's going to be bringing her in this time, too. We saw Eric's little move, I think.
Game before.
Oh, Carlos, hello.
Kevin is gonna stay out though.
Gets into the box this time, so that's a positive for Mika.
That always helps.
What tires are Mickey?
Yep, Kevin coming in this time as well.
Chuck Sweeting had a bit of a moment there, I think. Coming into turn 2, he about bought the farm and he took a trip down to the dog leg and somehow brought her back to the
hello.
the right direction. Yeah. That was almost a trip to the infield care center. Great save there.
You're down and away.
Now, let's see.
Kevin Finn coming to his box.
He is going to maintain the lead quite handily over Eric. Could have actually stretched it some.
If Kevin Finn can get off and away decently here, but I don't think he's going to have a chance. Peter's coming down the front stretch now.
Could
No,
have just
Kevin's just
jacking
getting
left side
left
off.
Oh.
No ungambled, so. Chuck, if you're listening in chat, take two. Take two.
David
Or
Wilson
anyone,
down at all?
Jordan Till.
It's like
Eric.
was able to cycle in front of Kevin.
Yeah, that extra
Not that it
lap or
mattered.
two. I don't know, he was a little quicker than Kevin last round, but I don't, you're gonna have to really drive your,
Well, Peter Short's in front of both of them, so it doesn't matter.
drive the wheels off that car to get to him. The way that 33's looked all night, I don't know if you're really gonna track him down.
Looks like the lap traffic, or I guess the slower traffic in this case, is gonna heed 33.
That's always weird. They're actually the lap cars weeding
Yeah.
themselves through.
Chuck's gonna be coming down, surrendering the lead.
But will he take two? Still gonna leave what, the 4 and the 77 out there. Hoping for that caution that we saw from earlier, like Velez was the benefactor there.
Bins in the outside wall. Caution.
Oh,
Oh, that's going to be.
I believe Kevin Finman had computer trouble because his quality shot down to 58 out of nowhere.
Either that or you're blowing right side.
Yeah, that's heartbreak. Now
No.
we're gonna have a straight up fight.
Yeah, it's a two horse race.
Now, yeah. Well, Eric gets a wave around, but Peter's already back in the lead lap. So. Dun dun dun. Let's do what we saw last time, though. These guys are gonna pit. It's gonna cycle the order again.
Yeah, it's gonna just be the exact same as it would be, I guess. But
Chuck's like, son of a. Come on.
Jordan Teal and Luis Almaso again, though. Played pretty good fortune, I guess.
Ooh, the dreaded Kevin Finn fell out of the room. Status on iRacing.
Oh. Just the Wi-Fi wasn't working that well at Annie's Pretzels.
Someone must have shut the food court down early.
That's right.
That's a heartbreak, though. You always hate to get kicked out by either computer or internet problems. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's
You
the
can do, but-
game froze, so.
Nothing you can do but throw your headset across the room and move on. Not that we've ever done that before. No, producer, if you throw a Turtle Beach, it'll bounce back at you. It's so springy. I don't recommend throwing anything. Maybe a mouse. You know, those cheap Logitech ones.
I threw a headset once, didn't break. Just never really worked right since then. Mute button stopped working, mainly.
I mean, I threw a keyboard one time. Does that count? And by throw, I mean violently swung it at a couple things.
I
Just
broke a
don't-
PS4 controller in half.
Just don't throw mittens.
Well,
No,
you
it
need
would not end well.
You need a record service to pick her up.
You. Eric Mickey's down pit lane.
Yeah, he gets to take advantage of the pit stops. So, fortunately, he's going to be. Well, he shouldn't be terrible, right? Because he's going to be. Everyone else had to come with him, so.
Hey,
They're
he's
taking
got the
the wave
freshest
around,
tires
so-
by a
yeah.
lap under caution.
Well, Peter should have been able to pit as well. So.
Yeah, but that was the last lap, so Eric has
Oh. iRacing roll them in physics. It should be fine.
This does make this final little bit a little bit more exciting for sure. Because Eric has to get by that 33.
Eric has to win.
Yeah, they've been running
So it
1-2 pretty well all
Changes
night.
that
So.
factor. So. Stuck back in traffic again. Well, not really.
God,
What, 2 cars?
chat's getting crazy. We got Findo's 10. We got Fitta Shoot Tupac. I like that one. That's from Crackathorn. Or is it
Crackathorn.
Cocathorn? It's even trademarked.
Already trademarking. Well, the guy that was quickest in practice is now going to lead the race. So he said something.
You're gonna have it. Eric Mickey's gonna start on the outside of Peter Short, behind Jordan Till.
Yeah, that's going to be
That's a
interesting.
caution.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do here, boys.
Oh,
That was up.
extending the caution there because the field wasn't even caught up.
Good, yeah, I see that. That's a good call.
It's tricky on these. I don't know, like Phoenix, you would think, oh, it's only a mile track, but you've got to hustle. You pretty much need to go before you even get the notification to go.
Yeah. And a lot of
I'm
people
looking
do
at you,
not
Jeff
do
Davis.
that.
Hey man, that's Union.
Oh, I'm going to hire some scabs to get you up on the wheel.
They're joking about Jordan Till though. He's on the lead lap. I mean,
He's there. I mean,
He's there. He's having a good run tonight.
tell it in there, clear the forward, and you're the leader, you know? Easier said than done.
Somebody jack that spider monkey full of Mountain Dew and tell him he can do it. Come on, 77. We can believe in you. Throw Peter Short's war medals off the bridge.
All right, Bert's
What
going to
is
pull it in
happening?
here. We're going to go back to green.
Jordan Teal, not too bad of a start there.
Not terrible.
Oh, Peter sideways. Wow. That looked like it was going to get bad, but somehow didn't.
Eric's like, I'll take this, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's some real tight racing. Mile away.
Oh, man.
There we
We
go.
have some Marson Newman here in a moment. I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do here.
Shut up.
I love it. And this forward could come into play because he hasn't been super quick. So he could hold these guys up just a touch.
And we know Luis wants to win just as bad as these guys do, so he ain't going to pull over.
I mean, how often do you get to cycle to the lead on one of these races through pit stops? So
Yeah, it's few and far between as Peter gets loose, but he does not seem to lose any momentum. He's been looking low on the floor for the lead.
kept her foot in her.
Luis let him go. Classy move.
Let's put the drama in the room.
Caution
Caution.
with the 77 around.
Yeah, so we got help from somebody.
And the 18. Oh,
Apparently-
Paul.
Apparently too much Mountain Dew in that 77 car.
Well, I believe you may have gave them to the 18.
That looks like they just got a
Yeah, I think that was more of a meeting of the minds.
Yeah. I don't think.
Although
Paul.
18 wasn't really in there, so.
He made her in there, though, at the end of it.
That's one way.
Well, that
Well,
gives
Rack
Eric
them up and do
Mickey
it again.
another shot at it.
How they're going to be side by side on the front row.
Oh, we got McCorkle in chat. He says somebody's getting crunk. Oh, we got Eric's alter ego, Andrew Mika. He says, "Go, Eric! Get those baby hands moving." That's what I'm saying, Eric.
Come on, Eric, take two. Andrew, if you're listening, tell Eric to take 2 tires, for God's sake.
I already told him, but he never listens.
I know, right? Sam also said, "Screw your pitch strategy. I'm staying out."
I mean,
So
why
is
not?
Chad Brown.
You're here to win, damn it.
Chad Brown looking to close St. Dublin's gate and finally get back on the lead lap.
I think he's been a lap down for about, 99 laps?
Doing his best Patrick O'Toole impression.
Lord. He might fight you on that one. Anybody gonna be brave here?
Peter,
Oh,
Eric
Peter.
Mickey.
Eric Mickey took 2. Yeah.
We're such a bad influence.
I know. I hope you lose, Eric. No, I'm just kidding.
now, if Eric pulls off this win,
No
that shows our
way.
pit strategy is 100% on key.
I mean, if
Right?
he wins this, we deserve to get paid.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
We've
move over
made the
Chad
best crew
Canals.
call. Oh, Chad's old news now. Couldn't even crew an Xfinity car to a championship.
When you have the driver that doesn't know where they're going, it looks like another person that can't. Anyway, stop there.
Oh, Andrew couldn't tell him because he was at work. So
Oh,
He tried
Mike
to.
Hackthorne, Whopper Jr. hands. I like that.
you're not at work, Andrew. You work for the post office. That's not work.
I wish I had some. Whopper Juniors in my hands.
No intern, come on. There's an intern when you need him.
Now we're going to go back to green with about 30 laps to go. That's
They barely ran on those tires. So. Yeah, Eric's just gonna have to drive her down in there and pray it sticks.
Oh, somebody needs to set an alarm to tell them to wake up when the green flag rolls.
Well, the is the 4 forward? Yeah, he should finagle that. Maybe they switch lanes here and he can start on the inside. I'm no politician here, but I would be walking down to that 4 pit box maybe.
that's too long of a walk. I'll just get on my rascal.
Oh, and don't look now. Carlos Acosta lurking back there in 4th.
Oh, looking for a banner night.
He's got that paddle out. He's sniffing around up front.
Like, you boys getting a little argy-bargy there. I might steal me a win here. I mean, he's already been lucky once when he ghosted through the 48, so.
Now Luis, no tires. Eric Mickey, 2 tires. Everybody else behind him on 4. See how this works out for these
What
folks.
how loose that car is going to be on 2 tires.
Oh,
That might work to Mickey's advantage.
You're right, though. That being on the outside, he's going to have to get the restart of his
Well-
life or just shut the door on Peter.
if Luis gets a bad restart here by spinning his tires or something, he might be in the catbird seat. But that's going to be
He needs to move it up.
Ooh, boy. Eric did not time that one good.
He never
not even the
does.
same time zone there.
Peter had nowhere to go there in turn 1.
Oh, Eric's having a run on the outside here.
Oh, Eric with a dirt. Oh, he sure did.
Big
He
time. He's
sent it
going to
in.
get the lead.
Wow, the
Contact
contact
with the
with
33
the
and the 4. 4's around
Oh,
turn to the
man.
inside. Well, the
Oh, and-
77's involved. Good God, he's dead.
Peter killed the teammate there.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
That was
I mean-
incredible.
I think
I
Eric's
think,
all baby Jesus up in grace.
I think Matt Hackathorn in chat, he called it. He said, "Oh God, it's gonna get weird." It got weird.
The Ford just had no speed in the car. It was
I
just
kind of
backing it
thought
up.
that. I kind of thought that because I didn't remember when he took tires last, and also we had about 10 laps of last time, so we heard him a little bit.
Yeah, and then 33 got in the gas in 3 and 4, and it was like, look, I gotta go.
Yeah, the 33 just stood on her and said, "You know what, move," or
Which
You'll
I'm sure the
see.
4 was trying to stay off the 6 too, so that didn't help. But
yeah.
you know, then it just
All
killed
in a
Jordan.
compromise situation. Yeah, Jordan Teal said.
And
We'll send him
jinxed
to the
him
Abbey
while we were
there.
at it. So
Yeah.
he was having a good run going.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, Hackathorn, put it down.
It's like turn your head and cough.
Squatting cops, sir.
Doggy. Action is definitely hotting up, producer.
Now, the real question here: how
Can
much
Eric
damage
get a
does
good
that
restart
33
lead?
have? Well, yes, that too, because we've
You
seen
would hope
some
he, Yeah, you would hope he wouldn't sleep through his own restart.
Oh, I'm supposed to go right after.
I mean, you could Jeff Gordon the restart, but that'd be pretty.
That's how you get turned before the green flag is turned. Carlos Acosta, P3.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's sitting here taking advantage.
Woo.
He could win this race, depending on what happens to Peter and Eric. Because you got to look at Peter. I mean, he can wreck himself as long as it takes Eric with him. That's kind of the goal, right? Because no one else is left. It's just down to Peter and Eric.
Are we talking Ayrton Senna here?
I mean, I hate to bring that
So-
up, but you could. You could totally Senna this.
If it was anybody other than, I can't see.
Or
Peter doing
Schumacher.
that.
I mean, I don't want
Yeah.
to be that dirty, but
Well, I mean, he's kind of.
A vegetable.
Yeah. And not like a lettuce or a broccoli. He's
Or
pretty
a
well
squash.
useless.
He's like straight up a piece of celery. I mean, not even calories if you chew on him.
oh, God, this is too heinous tonight.
So you're suggesting that Peter Short just kamikaze the 6?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you did,
You'd be in.
Make
would you
sure you
hope that-
kamikaze the 6.
yeah, I mean, you could get loose out of the corner while you're on the outside of them and accidentally hook them. I mean, that's, we've NASCAR'd before. So.
Shit, drama.
That's just going to open the door for Carlos. So, or Paul Ross. Is he up here still? Yeah, he is.
And actually, Paul Ross winning this race would, or anybody really would help Peter Short.
Anyone but Eric is pretty
Right?
much motto right now.
So
So he has
if
it
you're-
taped on his dashboard. Anyone but Eric.
If you're Peter Short now too, you hope that Carlos Acosta overcooks turn 1 and just marauders the 6 into the outside wall.
You better hope you don't overcook it too much for your marauder that 33 into the outside wall.
Oh, this is great TNT drama.
Is it always got to be the Phoenix drama? This place brings out the best in people.
You close your eyes and buckle up them belts because she's gonna get wet, wild, and hairy.
Better bolt your headphones down.
25 to go.
Bert's gonna pull off and hand it back over to Eric, who should get a jump this time, hopefully.
Jeff Gordon to 2. He backed up the inside line.
Rusty
Carlos
Webb with a
Acosta.
shot at Paul Ross.
Yeah.
Carlos
Acosta's
Acosta.
inside. Still good there. Rusty Webb back there sent Paul Ross in the next week on that restart. Got him
him
in gear
around
and
shotgun.
oh,
Man, Peter still got
Doggy.
thing into 3.
and a 24 to go here. Facing like it's 4 to go.
I mean, you have to at this point. Eric, who just kind of elbows up as Carlos tags along in it too.
Jinxed another one, unfortunately. Paul Ross is going to take that position, maybe.
Ah, wasn't that hard of a hit. He'll be all right.
You get from the marbles like that, you're going to lose some spots. So
Just gotta get the tires nice and ready.
now, a battle for everything pretty well between the 6 and the 33.
Take it to Homestead. Sits right here in front of you.
These guys have been the most consistent and strongest cars all season, so we'll see what happens and who prevails.
Let's see how good of buddies they are.
Buddies or not, you're in my way to a chance to win a championship.
I think Buddy's only half the word.
Ooh,
Oh,
short
30 feet
sideways.
Oh, here comes Peter Ross. Paul
That
Ross.
is Peter Ross. That's not
Peter
what you
Ross,
wanted.
Paul Ross, whatever.
Peter Rabbit.
Damn it.
Wrecking ball.
That's not what Peter wanted. He's gonna have to try and work
Paul
by Paul. Here.
Ross.
It's Eric who shoots the corner.
Oh
as
my
well.
god, where was he going? He was picking daisies up there. All you had to do was, oh god. Paul Ross
Drama.
now. Now,
Everyone
oh
is on top
Poor
of each other. if they
Kurt.
want to.
my cesspool for the lead here right now. Carlos Acosta looking to take Keith Moore away from Chuck Sweeting.
One job, Eric. One job.
The question is, can he do that one job for 20 more laps?
Ooh, it's not looking good. Of course, he could Lewis Hamilton it back up from Paul into Peter, which would then back Peter into Chuck. That would be pretty hard to do.
Eric Mickey's going to be in the fight for his life here now.
But if you're Peter Short, you don't have to pass the 18.
But you have to make sure the 6 doesn't win.
Well, you got the 18 closing on the 6. You just kind of see if you can get it done. But then if you're the 18, you get to choose who do you want to race against at Homestead.
Once again, Peter lose. That's the problem, right?
That's a
At 18,
long-
you're going to race one of them. It's just who.
I think I'd rather race Eric.
Yeah, those small hands.
Right?
But for Peter, I get, he wants to win. He wants to win this race, show everybody, look, the points didn't matter. I was here to win.
Laps are winding away, and Eric Mickey's running some pretty good lap times right now still. See what Peter can do if he can get back up to Paul Ross, or if Paul can somehow make his way by that 6 car.
Time and time again, that clean air works miracles.
Yes, it does.
The one thing iRacing does pretty good is the effect of aero wash and stuff on the cars. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd like that to be gone.
Yeah, that's a good debate for sim racing. Could you tone it down just a little bit so we could actually race each other? So
Peter
Carlos
Short
is
is-
under attack from Rusty Webb there, Matt.
Peter Short's driving the wheels off her there right now. He ran a real nice lap there.
Look at my own Paul Ross just stuck it in there like hey,
Contact, the
you're coming.
2's around out back. The 88 got into the back of him. Tough.
Oh, after being around trying to miss it, he saved it.
I don't think that's what Eric wanted.
Nope.
Now, do you pit? Gonna
Yes.
have 10 to go here.
Well, if you're Eric, you're screwed.
Yeah, because
Honestly, if he pits, everybody stays out. I mean, I know if I'm Peter Short, if Eric Mickey pits, I'm staying out. Then hell, don't ask me.
that's a tough one, yeah.
That's why.
At this
yeah.
point, we turn off our consulting crew chief, and this is up to you.
We almost had the call of the race there until
I mean,
caution.
until we get webbed.
Was it Rusty Webb?
Yeah, I got contact
Oh,
with Jim
Rusty, I was talking about you, man.
there. But in his defense, Carlos did catch the wall and lost about 20-mile-an-hour speed.
I was gonna
going
say, I
into
was
turn
like,
one.
man, he just drove over it. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
he hit the wall. Okay,
That was kind of a hard thing to judge, and it only happened within a short period of time, so I'm not too sure.
he is coming. So here comes Peter.
Peter's coming too.
But Paul Ross
Paul's
is
staying out.
staying out.
Oh boy.
Is he the only one?
Carlos is staying out as well. Okay.
Now, if you're Peter Short, do you take 2?
I mean, you can. But that car
Yeah,
is
because
already evil, so
We know Eric's not going to take 2.
he could.
That would be a ballsy.
Yeah, his balls ain't that big. I mean, they wouldn't even fit in his hand.
See what happens.
Oh,
Peter
Peter
took
took
two.
Oh, Peter Short took 2.
Everybody else did as well.
Yeah,
So
so-
that's-
Oh boy. So Carlos hopefully is gonna pit here because he just spun out. So
Eric, give me back the shovel.
I mean, anything can happen here.
We're gonna be within 10 to go, so it is gonna
Short
be
could find
completely.
himself in trouble in traffic or something. You never know.
You would need Peter to DNF about 30 laps ago, though, if he was gonna be.
Well, you're hoping when he wrecks, it takes everyone out in front of him, and then you can just slide through and
Yeah.
take the win. I mean, you're grasping at fairy tales now. So
88's getting any well though. That's gonna put 6 in the 5th position, starting behind Peter Short. Oh boy.
you're not gonna pass. We've seen how hard it is to pass tonight. So they're just gonna drive by Paul Ross for the lead. Now, Carlos Acosta is a different story on those old hot tires. So
Paul's gonna be looking like in the same like in the same kind of ballpark as what Luis Almaso was earlier. We've already seen Peter gave him the chrome horn. I don't think it was intentional, it just kind of happened. But if he's gonna be backing up the corner, that's a hard choice. Like this is This is one of the weird scenarios that you don't think would happen, but does happen somehow.
Imagine totally if he doesn't win this, he's fired. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
No pressure. I mean, now if you're Eric, I hate to bring this up because it sounds so dirty. You could beat a Senna and like push
Peter.
into something.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's
That's what I'm
kinda
saying.
dirty.
I mean, you got 2 cars with old tires. He can just lay that bumper on the back of the 33 and just never
Spin the
move
whole
it.
front
yeah.
row, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how bad do you want to go to Homestead. I mean, you spent all year trying to get to this, so
Eric said he doesn't care who's in front of him. He's gonna move somebody for the win tonight.
I guarantee you can poll anyone right now. That's probably what
Yeah.
their statements would be. Even Carlos, you know, Carlos is looking to get a win.
First of the season, that'd be big.
It's gonna
Good,
be pretty hard though.
Yeah. But Richard Lafferty up there.
So don't
If he
forget about
gets
me, Mr.
2 for
Underdog.
2, yeah. 2 for, yeah. If you want to tell a dagger.
Boys, oh boys.
This pace car is going to be going in here, so speculation's done, and we'll see what's going to happen here. We're going to be 11 laps to go on this restart.
Son, Holy Ghost, protect me the most.
Yeah.
We're back to
There you go.
green.
Oh,
Eric
Eric.
once again.
Mickey, god damn. Dude, just give me a pillow.
Jesus.
Well, that's pretty much
Oh,
it
yeah.
for Mickey.
Carlos Acosta's up there playing with the marbles.
Way yeah, I'll show you better pace. Then.
3 wide. Should cycle back to
I'm
2
using
fairly
this.
quickly. And that's going to put Eric Mickey back up in the 3rd spot if he can hold on to it. Paul Ross and Peter Short will be battling for the lead up there.
No love lost between those 2.
Now there's no reason
No.
right now for Peter to worry about it. You don't
Right.
need to wreck yourself trying to get around Paul.
Right.
And even if Eric passes you, he still has to get around Paul. And, you know, that is, you gotta put the cart before the horse. Or don't put the cart before the horse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I'm Peter Short, I'm blocking the hell out of Eric.
Yeah.
Those 2 tires, he may
Eric's
not
got a
have a
good run
choice.
there. You know, Eric's got a real good run. He's been looking low. He's been blocking the piss out of him. You know?
You
You
get
know,
your
Eric.
one move.
Oh,
Whoa,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Oh, that was close.
Chuck was very nice there. He could have just piled drove him.
I know Eric. He might take that block 1 or 2 laps, but don't poke a stick in that hornet's nest.
Oh, he's got a good run this time at a 3.
He's going to hold him down
Try
here.
to
Should be
pinch
the
it
clear.
down.
He's got the run. That's going to be close going into one. Not going to be clear.
Oh,
he's loose.
Wow. Peter
That-
drove that sucker down in there. There's Paul Ross is loving this.
He said it would be the race. Maybe the race of the year.
Oh, Ross. Eric still has time here to regroup. Just got to get his.
Well, it's pretty clear. You have to put the bumper into the 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I know he does not want to do that, it's a chance to.
It's
Win a
not so delivered. You're
championship
going to have to kick it and move it.
Should be able to do that well. He's a USPS worker.
I don't know if he can get back up to Peter.
He might have pissed those rear tires off there when he did his little polka slide. Oh, Peter's loose there.
Sideways there.
Eric's going to get a big run.
Peter used the defensive line there.
You
Kind
can
of.
be like, don't pull that Elliott
Try to
Sadler.
undercut him. Try to get that run off forward. There it is.
I think he's gonna send her. Always
Felt
thinking
better
about
of
it there.
Chuck with a good run there.
Chuck's sitting back there. I want to race these guys, but I don't think he wants to get involved in the.
It sucks if you're Chuck. You're like, I want to get in this, but I can't. 'cause
Yeah.
You can, but you don't want to be Joe
That
Logano.
guy.
You don't want to be Logano or Elliott Sadler.
Who's she?
Not so
Well,
whiny.
Well, if Eric's going to make his move on Peter Short, he needs to do it now.
Yeah, you still got to get Paul Ross, and that's looking
Bleak.
pretty much impossible now.
Yeah.
You at least want to walk out here saying, I beat you. You know, I beat you tonight.
That was a beautiful corner, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to execute anything into one.
You're already looking for the defensive line.
And Pruitt fade.
Yeah, well, that was a Pruitt. That's fine. You got it right for once.
Oh, Mickey's around!
That's the problem with the
dead
dead.
ball.
That's the problem with.
Jeez, Chuck's just.
That's the problem with the dog leg.
He caught it at the wrong point there, and when the car settled, it did not settle.
It's just so far.
We're having 2 funerals this evening for 2 different drivers.
I can't believe Chuck just barrel rolled down the backstretch.
Jesus. So,
Well, that's
Eric
gonna end
Mickey.
it.
Yeah, Mickey did everything he could, unfortunately. Came up a little short.
Chuck says in chat, not another barrel roll. Like Bristol revisited. It's a great win by Paul Ross.
Yeah, Mr. Where'd he come from?
It was a good
Strategy.
call. He stayed out. And Peter Short did what he had to do to hold off Eric Mickey. And I handed it to Eric Mickey. We thought he'd put the bumper to him, and who knows, maybe he would have. He just never got the chance. But it was some pretty good, clean, close racing there at the end.
Oh, wait, so look who's gonna finish third.
Rusty Webb.
Rusty Webb.
Rusty. Yeah.
Also, Cost is now dead, I hear.
Yeah, I
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's catching up to the field and maybe just, yeah, just locked her down. He's gonna run into the field.
Well, look at that,
Yikes.
boys. Our championship 3, 1, 2, and 4.
Oh boy. Well, if it's half as good as what we saw there at the end, it's gonna be a barn burner. So
Well, especially next week, we'll see how your strategy is, because the fall off is
Oh,
great
yeah.
at Homestead.
if it's a good, clean race, it's gonna be. We've seen it time and time again. The 2 versus the 3-stop strategy. Maybe just a 2 versus a 1, depending on. I think it's 100 laps next week. So
Well,
should
last
be
lap.
interesting.
Hey, congrats, Paul Ross. Heading to the championship weekend, making a statement.
Winner, chicken dip.
Sure, man. Rusty Webb, first interview with the 88.
All season, I believe.
Yes, sir.
I gotta think Paul Ross maybe saw what Eric did on 2 tires and was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay up here and don't pit.
Yeah, I really didn't think it was going to work that well, because you saw Luis kind of grenade himself way back.
I think it
He,
just helped because Eric and Peter just
Yeah,
raced and
that's-
ever loving, one at each other.
Yeah, they had their claws dug into each other trying to kill each other, so that opened up the gap.
Chad Brown destroys Richard Lafferty coming from the pit lane and 4.
Boy,
Well,
they work
well,
hard on those cars.
And the cone, kill the cone too.
Oh, he sent the cone almost through the back window of the 8 car. It was a bottle rocket. Anyway, let's go grab some people to talk to.
Shake him up a little bit.
Yeah.
I like how he tells us to move over and he's the last one to come over.
Yeah.
Right.
Bashford late, okay.
Canadian late, eh?
Newfoundland time, sorry.
We'll pretend we know what that is.
All right, let's do this. Rusty Webb, last person, to be honest, that I thought I'd be talking to on the podium. But man, we were talking about you tonight. Probably the most improved driver in this Nathan Young Design Series. You started 7th. You dodged the wrecks. You made some good pit stalls. Got lucky once or twice. You brought it home 3rd. Probably it is your best finish so far this season, Rusty. Congrats on a great run, man. Tell us about it, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I thought I was kind of screwed up when I got that pit road penalty there at that last caution, but I went and got my left side tires and figured I couldn't lose nothing doing that, and it worked.
Now, Rusty, is Phoenix one of the tracks you enjoy running? Because it seemed like you had pretty good pace out there tonight. You were kind of just about a tenth or two off the lead pack for most of the night there.
I knew I'd be good here at Phoenix. It's just a track I like. I don't know why, but it's a good track for me.
Now, Rusty, have you been putting in a few more hours on the tracks that you're coming up to? Because I've noticed the swing in your results has drastically changed. You've been running very clean and running near the front too in most of these races. I know I've seen you finish in the top 10 in quite a few of the last few here in the Nathan Young Designs B-Car series.
Yeah, well, I was having back problems. I had back surgery about the time I started doing good, so that might be it. But I haven't spent no more time practicing.
Well, Rusty, without a doubt, I know I gave you a lot of grief at the beginning of the season. You're our favorite caution, but man, you have turned it around the second half. I'm glad to see definitely the three wides most improved racer for the Nathan Young's Design Series. But you may not be familiar, but we'd like to give you a chance to give us those shout outs, Rusty. So let us hear them.
Yeah, just 3OG for bringing me on board on their team this year, and Corey Lindsay for the putting on the league, and you guys for what do you guys do? Broadcasting.
Sounds like he's been talking to my neighbor this weekend too.
And then Nationwide or Nathan Young for sponsoring this league, or this series here.
All right, Rusty. Well, we appreciate it, buddy, and good to see your turnaround. We'll see if you can carry that into next week at Homestead.
Yeah, hopefully I can. I don't think Homestead's a good track for me though. We'll see.
So that's a 1-3 for 3OG tonight. Pretty impressive.
All right, I got him. He transferred in, started fourth, finished second. Hell of a job holding off Eric Mickey there at the end. Quite the intense battle. Tell us about it there, Peter.
Guys, my heart is still racing after that. The final 15 laps, taking 2 tires. I was at one point I was like, okay, this was a really good move, and then about a lap later, I was like, this is a really bad move because Eric's already on my tail. And then he got that run on the outside of me, and we kind of both drove it into turn 1 really hard. I think he started to lose the back end a little bit. I watched the replay, and looks like he started to lose the back end a little bit, and I was losing the front end, and we made a little bit of contact. And after that, I don't know if that took a little bit of speed out of his car, but man, it was a really intense battle there at the end, but it was a really intense battle the whole night. I feel really bad for Kevin with his connection issues. He was in TeamSpeak with us. He had iRacing crash on him basically, and yeah, it really sucks. It wasn't his internet, it wasn't his connection. It was quite literally iRacing crashing on him. So that I feel really bad for him for that, especially to have a teammate go out that way. And then, Eric there at the end and Velez making me crap my pants there with about halfway through the race. It was an intense race. We did what we had to do. Congrats to Paul on the win. He did what he had to do to get the win. If roles were reversed and I was already locked in, I would have done what Paul did. But I felt like taking 2 tires there was about my only shot to get around Eric, and I think it paid off for me in the end.
Well, now I could say it did. It was looking 50-50 there, and like you said, a few points. We know when Eric took 2, we thought he was in the catbird seat, especially when you hadn't made contact. What was it, the 4 car? That kind of set it all in motion there.
Yeah, I really didn't want to wreck anyone tonight. That's the least or the last thing I wanted to do. But I think Luis just had to check up a little bit to not run into Mickey, and I was right on his back bumper. He was, of course, on older tires than both Eric and myself, and I really felt like I had nowhere to go. I bumped him once, and I tried to get off the gas, and then my momentum just carried me right through them. So it's a shame it took out Jordan Teal, my teammate as well. So he had a pretty solid night going. Kind of a shame to wreck him that way. Jordan and I, we worked together. I went over to his house and we worked on his line. I think it helped this week, and it's cool to see him getting up to speed. But all in all, man, got to look forward to next week in Homestead. Got to try and do the same thing tomorrow night and get through. Hopefully tomorrow night's a little bit more chill than tonight was.
Oh no, we want to amp it up to 11 tomorrow.
I'm sure it will, because there's 5 people not locked in. There was only 4 of us tonight, and us 4, I think we put on a pretty good show tonight. So we'll see if the 5 who are not locked in tomorrow night can put on a similar show, if not better.
All right, Peter. Well, we're looking forward to it next week's showdown. Nathan Young. I'm talking like Rusty now. Nathan Young Design Series showdown at Homestead next weekend. You'll be racing for the championship. You know the deal, Peter. Give us those shout outs, man.
I give a shout out to Eric. Throughout this entire season, you and I have raced each other cleanly, and there was an instance tonight where we basically raced the guts out of each other for a lap and a half and side by side, and we made contact with each other coming out of 4, and it was pretty cool, pretty awesome, clean racing. Shame that both he and I are not going to Homestead next week, because Eric's been talking, or he's been saying he's been really fast at Homestead, and I flat out believe him, because he's really fast everywhere he goes. Got to say thanks to my Isentech teammates, Kevin, Drew, Jordan, Cameron, and Race. Race, we miss you at the track. Need to see you hopefully next season. Thanks to Nathan Young for sponsoring the series. Thanks for Corey for adminning this B-Car series. It's pretty cool that he jumped out of the car mid-season. And, thanks to OCR for all that you guys do. Great broadcasts, and hope to be listening to y'all tomorrow. I'll watching this race.
I actually heard that Race wasn't at the track because he was doing yoga with Danica at Texas Motor Speedway.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, let's go find this Paul Ross. All right, I got him. He started 3rd. Like a wrecking ball. He's going into Homestead. Got to have the momentum on his side. I'm talking about Paul Ross, race winner. Give him the bucket of chicken. He's looking to cap it off next week with the championship. Tell us about it all, Paul Ross.
First off, I'm hoping if you guys can interview me again by the end of the season, you guys can play some Wrecking Ball intro music for me.
Oh, that's
God, don't challenge us. Yeah, you done messed up.
First off, I want to apologize for Jordan Teal. I got below him, and I don't know what was up with the setup tonight, but I had my brake set all the way to the front. It was still getting loose on entry of the corner, and he came down a little bit, and I gave the brakes a little extra pump trying to slow down, and the back end just started sliding around, so I had to let off the brakes. And I was hoping if I could nudge him in the front, we could both keep going again, and the caution had already come out. But so hopefully that doesn't happen again, especially at Homestead. But momentum is definitely on the side, and Homestead's probably one of the best tracks that I run at. I think I've won 6 or 7 league races there, and I think I won the preseason race there as well this season.
I believe you did. I believe we kicked off our streaming with a great battle with you and Sam Close at Homestead, battling out with some strategies going down to the last couple laps there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every one of my B wins preseason and during the regular season have come in this paint scheme, so I don't think it's getting changed by next week.
He's got the paint mentality like I do. If it does good, you'll keep it. Then you get wrecked, you got to change it.
Exactly.
Well, Paul, I mentioned earlier, I thought maybe you had seen Eric stay out on 2 tires and noticed that did pretty good. Is that kind of what made you want to stay out there at the end? Or were you just like, hey, I got to do something different. These guys are going to pit and I need to try and get some track position?
With not having anything to lose and knowing I had a fairly quick car, I was talking to Corey during that caution. I told him I was just going to do whatever the leaders didn't do. And I figured there was going to be at least 3 or 4 guys try staying out. But Carlos was the only other guy, and it happened to work out for us. I don't know how or why, but I never thought I'd be able to outrun Peter with having no tires, let alone if he took 2 and I had 4. So it worked out good for us.
Well, you have to watch the last 10 laps of that race to figure that out.
Yeah, all of us. I knew that he was gaining huge ground going into 3. To pretty much each lap, the relative was staying about the same at the start and finish line. So I'm assuming it was a pretty good battle because I saw Eric's car and him side by side a couple times.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. All right, Peter. Well, hey, you're heading into Homestead like a wrecking ball, man. We'd like to say good luck to you, but before we let you go, man, give us those shout-outs, brother.
First and foremost, want to thank Corey Lindsay for putting on the league. He has so much time and energy into this thing, it's not even funny. Nathan Young for sponsoring the league. You guys for doing the broadcast each and every week. It's Skidoo, STP, Pro Mechanical Services, B&M Fabrications. I just feeling pretty good right now. Hopefully this momentum can keep going.
Well, you just got to do it one more time.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Paul. We look forward to seeing you next week, man. We know it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Yep, that, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys tomorrow night, too.
For sure. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, what a exciting, thrilling race. We saw the heartbreak for Kevin Finn and Nathan Velez, and then the agony of defeat for Eric Mickey's. He came up just a little bit short.
Peter Short did not come up short at all.
No, he did what he did. Did what he did.
Did what he had to do.
Yeah, he did the Peter. He came through when he needed to. Didn't get the win, but got the points he needed. Finished ahead of all of his competitors and sets his sights on Homestead. But before we set our sights on Homestead, as I'm sure producers probably running the results across your screen at some point during this conversation, you can see where all your favorite drivers finished tonight. We said good shout out to Rusty Webb there, solid P3. But before we head to Homestead, boys, we got to head to Phoenix one more time tomorrow night. Got
Cold hard art.
Yeah, I got a Cup Series playoff grid to set for Homestead. Only Cameron Rich locked in so far, so still 2 more spots wide open. Should be
exciting. Yeah, should be exciting.
Matt, if you have any last Canadian wisdom, we can get out of here.
Well, I'm just on Amazon right now. Looking for Cars 3 and everything's all out of stock, so.
Oh,
and I
well,
from bad to
that
worse.
bombshell, let's just hit him with it, Trey.
See ya!